the evolution of auto sales has been accelerated quite a bit in 2020 and 21 due to many factors. The COVID pandemic made more acceptance of online and remote purchases, and also some shortages for things like computer chips and quality inventory rose the prices of used cars and new cars to where the market seems to be more robust than maybe it is. Where that's affecting consumers is having more availability from new car dealers. Here's an example where Lithia Motors, which is based in Oregon, is on a acquisition spree of other dealerships. The Oregon-based dealership chain set a 5-year goal to increase its annual revenue by $20 billion. That's increased by $20 billion through acquisitions. A broader plan to generate $50 billion in revenue by 2025, about 4 times as what it booked for last year. So last year would have been about $12 billion. That's a lot of car transactions. And the way they're doing this is things that help consumers. One of the driving factors behind its acquisitions is the company's push to sell more cars online. They launched Driveway. It's kind of like you've seen Carvana and some of the other ads. It's an e-commerce platform to sell used cars nationwide from Lithia dealers' lots. What it does is it makes the dealership chain able to sell vehicles from all of its different lots to any customer in the country. If you have a large group of dealerships across the country, you have more inventory to sell from. If you have 3 dealerships, every town has an owner that you see the same name on the signs in several dealerships. Well, if you're trying to sell from those 3 dealerships, all your used cars have to come from those 3 stores. But this way, inventory from Driveway, which is their online thing, comes from the Lithia dealers' lots. If they have 20 or 30 dealerships, they now have a larger inventory to sell from, where kind of like the pandemic made work from home, you can work from anywhere. The pandemic also made buying a car, you could buy a car from anywhere. In fact, the average shipping distance for cars purchased was 732 miles. Think about that. That's the average shipping distance. People are buying cars from almost 1,000 miles away. And since that's an average, there were some that were farther than 1,000 miles away. This is transforming the availability of used cars for consumers and also how dealerships can sell them. It'll make the prices go down because if you're a dealership and you can store all your inventory in one place, you have to have fewer physical locations to sell vehicles, and quite frankly, fewer costs for sales commissions, for managers, for staff at different locations. If you can sell 732 miles away, theoretically, you could have one mega lot with all these cars with a 732 mile radius. Now, of course, the dealerships will have more locations because they want to do service and parts and have some people want to come in person. But it will create an economy of scale, which will lower the margins on used cars. So consumers will have more to choose from. Plus, it'll help you find the car that you exactly want. Let's say you're looking for a 2-year-old Ford F-250 Super Duty, and you want a certain color, certain equipment. Ideally, you'd want certain things. Well, there's no used car factory. You can't build a used car exactly how you want. With a online radius of 732 miles, and you can go farther than that, you could probably find something closer to you want rather than the magic coincidence of it showing up at a dealership in your hometown. You may not find that exact car you want or truck, and you may have to accept something exactly not what you're looking for. With a larger range where you can go through Carvana or Driveway or CarMax or one of the other online sellers, you may be able to find that vehicle and have it shipped right to your house, right? So this trend of acquisitions from dealers is putting consumers a little bit more in the driver's seat, no pun intended, where you have more options available, and the dealers are now putting an emphasis on these online sales to make it easier for you to do a transaction. Just think about it. What would you rather do? Sit in your office, sit in your home, and do the whole transaction like that, or have to spend hours in a dealership in the showroom going through that dealership process that nobody likes? And over time, it'll even become more convenient for people to find the car they want and get the deal that they want.